Hello there and welcome to another episode of Craft Therapy, another week of it, Now, remember we have been talking about the runner and I have been weighing exactly how I'm going to go about the runner. And last week I would have mentioned, or it could have been the week before, I don't recall, that I am going to split the set up. So I'm not going to go with a set of 12. I'm still going to do the full 12, but I'm going to break it into 3 sets of 4. Each set would have a different center color, right? So that is how I'm going to be doing the runners. Now for the runners, it's going to require 2 of these big pieces. However, the difference between the placemat and the runner is the fact that the runners are a little bit smaller in the shell sections. The placemat has 9 shell rows. The runners have 6, and I will confess that this is actually the original design from which I took this whole project. The gentleman, I think I tagged him in the very first video, but I'll try to remember to tag him in this one as well. He did just a 6 row of shells and put on the motifs. But when I looked at it, I said, you know, it would be a little bit too small for my taste in terms of it being a placemat. So I said I would maintain the runner design and make the placemat a little bit bigger. So that is what we're going to be doing today, the runners. Now for the runners, if you can recall, this was our original placemat combination, the one that we have been working on, and this is its counterpart. So here we have yellow centers, and we flip the colors as we go. But the essence is that we have yellow centers. Forgive my books, my Bible and my notebook. I'm using them to keep the curtains open. I don't have any other way to keep the curtains open to get a little light. Right. Let's not get distracted. So this is what is going to happen now. I have gone ahead and done border motifs of each combination as well. But I'm going to alternate them going around. It's going to be the same 12, right? But I'm going to alternate them going around. So, black, green, black, green, black, green, and then it's gonna come back out here, black, green, black, green, black, green. All right, I don't think you can see the entire thing. No. And if I zoom out too much, it's gonna turn off the camera. But you'll see it at the end. If anything, if the camera can't pick up everything, you can see a little bit of it that way, a little bit of it that way. Alright, the angle is not the best, but you're kind of seeing it a little bit more. But that's what we're going to end up with for the runner. So I'm going to go ahead, and it's the same process in terms of the edging and joining them to the motifs. The only thing that's going to happen is when we get into this center section here, it's going to get a little bit finicky, because we're talking about joining this to this, this to this, and then this to this. And then we'll come here, it's another, it's a bit of a finicky thing where we have to join this to this, this to this, this to this, and this and this, and come around with it, right? But I'm going to get on with the process of joining, and when we get to this center joining where we have to now connect this one to this one via this, we will bring you right back. So bear with me for this one, right? But it's going to be beautiful when we're finished, I promise you. But let's get into it. Alright, so What we have done is joined 5 of our smaller motifs to one of this, and our task is now to join this one to this one. Now watch me. We're gonna take another of the small motifs. We're going to join our 2 motifs here on the smaller one, or 2 motifs onto the bigger one, as we usually do. Then we're going to skip the next 2 and join the bigger motif to it. And then from there, coming back around this side now, we're going to, these 2 spaces that we skipped is going to be for a small motif. Let me bring it out. These 2 spaces is going to be for another small motif. That's going to be joined to that, and other 2 to this. And then we're going to keep it going around the same way we have been doing 2, 2, 2, 2. So this center one here is going to be joined on 8 sides by the time we're finished with it. 6 in the initial joining of the bigger motif to it, and then we'll come back to put on the other 2 8. So we're gonna have only 1 petal that's left out. So just count very carefully. So we're definitely gonna have to start joining on the same one that we're starting with if we're gonna go all the way around. So I'll bring you back when I have joined this one, and we'll take it from there. So this is what we're looking like with this section joined. Alright, so remember that we had said that we were going to have to start a little bit closer to where we're starting the joining. I'm not bringing you in because you need to see what I'm doing right here. So we started, the same one that we started in is the same one that we joined. And we came around, joined to the smaller motif, joined 2 to the bigger motif, skipped 2, joined 2 to the next big motif, so we have just 1 petal that's not joined. So to continue this now, this is what is going to happen. So these 2 were left out so that we could join these 2 and these 2. You know, I think that this is supposed to be joined as well. I will double check the pattern, but it would make sense that this is joined as well. You see how neatly it falls into place? And then we continue to add them on, going back all the way around as we go. And that would be it for our runner. Just like that. So what I'm going to do off camera is finish up all of them and bring you back to see what the finished runner looks like. Alright, so see you in a few. All done. So we have our yellow centers all done, and this is our runner. Right, so we took 1 of each combination with the yellow centers and spiraled them going all the way around. That's it for this video. So we are basically finished with this project. Hopefully next week, if all things work the way I'm hoping that they will work, I will finish all the background pieces that I've been working on off camera, so that I can have a final reveal of all 3 sets. But that's it. So thank you for having joined me for another episode of Craft Therapy, and remember, keep those hands busy so that your mind will be at peace. Happy crafting.